Hi, I'm Matthew Moore. I'm a QA lead with ArenaNet, and you're watching Gaming Insight.
Hi, I'm Stéphane Presti, a French community manager at ArenaNet, and you're watching Gaming Insight. It didn't happen that way, but when the studio were thinking about doing Guildwars2, when they brainstormed about what they wanted to do, they pretty much like removed everything from the table and took the paper and said what would make sense. And I think a lot of things were created, and we had lots of thoughts and ideas and stuff. And there were very important things we wanted to achieve. Make an accessible system where you wouldn't end up prisoners of a choice you have to make at some point. And we understood how MMOs work, and we revisited some of the assumptions that some MMOs have made. And we've challenged some of these decisions that were made. And our combat systems, our professions, are a good example of how we revisited entirely that system. We want to make sure that you're not prisoner of that. So we don't see the typical Trinity. It's called the Trinity system, where you have the typical healer, DPS, and tank. We don't see that as the fundamentals of the combat system. We rather see control, damage, and I forgot the third one. Support. Yeah, it's the general support. And each and every player and profession should be able to, at turns, do that. So we give you healing skills so that you can heal yourself and you don't have to rely on someone helping you. We give you skills that do damage, so you can do that sometimes. And we give you a choice of different skills. So you can protect, control different creatures, and you have weapon swap to change these things in the middle of a fight. So we give you this ability to play a role rather than this typical kind of Trinity role, and change that in the middle of the fight.
During the community weekend, I was talking with someone else about this because he mentioned that he felt what you felt, which was you were like, I'm playing a healer. And he was talking about a circumstance where he and another player, he was playing a guardian and the other player was playing a warrior. And as they were in combat, they realized that they were getting a little bit overwhelmed. And so they thought, oh, well, the Guardian's kind of the healer. I'll go ahead and use him to play support. And I said, why didn't the warrior play support? And he was like, I don't understand. And I was like, because the different professions have different play styles, but they're capable of doing the different things. This is one of the changes that we wanted to make for Guildwars2. You can play a support warrior. You can arm yourself with different banners and different shouts that'll give buffs and boons to your fellow party members, or even just random people walking through. And you can play a support warrior. But the point is that if you're in combat and you no longer need someone for doing support, you shouldn't be penalized by being a character that's only good for one thing. So if you're playing a support warrior and the need is no longer there for support, then stop using your banners and shouts and switch to your longbow and go start doing some AoE. This is the point of Guildwars2, is that no matter what the circumstance is, you should be able to adapt to it and keep having fun.
I have a really short and good example of that. The designers just wanted to see how it really plays, and the way they did it, they went into a dungeon on 5 modes, that was pretty hard, with 5 Elementalists. So they just wanted to see how it plays out, how it pans out, and one of the conclusions is they were switching roles constantly. Someone would help when needed, and when unneeded, they would just do damage or control or choose something to do depending on the situation. Lots of adaptability.
Particularly in PvP. I mean, you said that one of the interests for your group is PvP. Particularly for PvP, it bolsters communication, because no longer are you able to look into a crowd of the enemy and say, which one of those is the healer? Let's kill the healer. What you have to do is you have to look into the crowd and go, which one of those is currently playing support? Because that's the guy we need to take down. He's clearly the guy who's helping out. And once we take that guy down, then we'll be able to start working on the offensive people. So you need to be adaptable to the situations. It makes it exciting. It makes it so that it's not just going in and doing the same thing that you'd always do. Look for healer, kill healer. Look for damage, kill damage. Okay, now let's take out the tank. Like, it's about being dynamic, and the combat is much more exciting this way.
To complement what Matthew said, yeah, it's all about fun. It's not really excitedly fun to just end up in always the same role or being like prisoner that, and I'm waiting for the healer. Where is the healer? He's not here. What do? I go to the healer. And we've also made sure we've given players cues about what's happening on the battlefield so that they can understand these things. When an elementalist is throwing at you fire meteors, you know there's damage going on, there's some knockdown happening in the game. We've made sure you can see that happening. We're giving you lots of different visual cues so you can easily adapt to things happening and you see them. So we started this year the Chinese New Year of the Dragon, and Mike O'Brien, the director of the studio, started this year with a long and extremely positive piece called The Year of the Dragon, to announce that we will be releasing during the Year of the Dragon. Yes, the Dragon has been for a long time a logo and the image of Guildwars2, and we are going to release during the Year of the Dragon. What's happening right now, we've shown the game at various trade shows over the course of the last little bit less than 2 years. We went at Gamescom, at Penny Arcade Expo, we went in Paris at a few other places, and we've shown the games in different areas of the games. And we've just very recently gone through a closed beta test where we invited a big number of players to try to test various parts of the system and see things. We're going to do more of these tests. We're going to grow the number of players we invite. We're launching next week the pre-purchase program for Guildwars2 through our website and other partner retailers. So we constantly we're working very hard on making that as close as possible to release. And but the release date is still when it's ready, because our objective is to release a game that is really up to par quality game, that is polished, that is up to the quality bar we've set ourselves. Very much thank you everyone for following us. Thank you for your support. We really appreciate it. Community is a huge part of whatever we do at ArenaNet, and Guildwars2 is a game for the community, for all of you players. Thank you very much, and see you soon in game, I hope.